Hi guys, in this video today we're going to look at the differences between the Vibora and the Bandeja. Now this is a relatively advanced video, so by this stage you realise that the Bandeja is a more defensive smash played from slightly further back in the court, and the Vibora is an attacking slice smash played from the front of the court where it's a bit easier for you to finish the points. So in this video we're going to break down the two techniques. Before we go into technique, we're going to quickly look at the purpose for each shot. Now we mentioned that if you're further back in the court, that's when you hit the Bandeja, and the aim there is to hit a slower, controlled ball into the corner, give yourself time to get back up to net, and ideally force your opponents into a position that's difficult to defend. And the Vibora is from the front of the court when you can be really aggressive, you can have faster racket head speed, lots more spin on the ball, and put them either in a position where they're going to lose the point on this next shot, or you're going to win the point on either that shot or the following shot where you can close the net down because you're going to get a weaker reply. So we'll begin with the Bandeja technique. Now, if you've seen the video where we talk about two different types of Bandeja, we're going to look at the Bandeja now where you hit with the chest as opposed to with your arm, because the arm technique is quite similar to the Vibora. But the chest technique, so you start from your ready position, that racket comes up, and you play like a high forehand volley with the chest, contacting just in front to the side with the racket face open to come down that back of the ball. Here you're not generating too much spin on the ball, you're just brushing down it so that the idea is that it stays low at the other end. And your aim is to go either into that side glass or deep into the back glass first so that you keep your opponent in the corner. More often than not, you're going to hit that Bandeja either cross court or down the middle, and that buys you time to get back up to that net position. So you need to hit that soft enough and controlled enough to give yourself time to come back up to net. Here are two typical examples of the Bandeja. A good deep lob, I want to retain the net position, I hit it off both glasses to buy myself time. I then do exactly the same off both glasses, allowing me to keep that net position. For the Vibora, that's on an easier ball. Here you want to generate a lot more spin around the ball. So from your ready position, you go with the racket behind your head. Instead of the racket up, where you're going to come through the ball in quite a linear way, you're going to bring the racket behind your head and you're going to try and rotate more with that upper body and come around the outside of the ball. You want to create a kind of side spin and slice that makes it really difficult for your opponents to defend in the corner, because once it bounces, it's going to move off the glass, and with a faster racket head speed, that's obviously going to generate a faster speed of shot and therefore be more difficult for your opponents. Choosing when to use the Bandeja and when to use the Vibora is the main skill. Here you can see a deep lob, I haven't got time to get in a good position, I hit a Bandeja to recover the net. This one I have more time and I can be aggressive coming around that ball for a Vibora. One of the best ways to get your Vibora and your Bandeja right are to practice, and whether that's someone feeding you a basket of balls or you taking a basket of balls yourself and going onto court and practicing. The main thing is to show a big difference in technique between the two smashes. So for example, my Bandeja, the racket starts high, I come underneath the ball and I control down the back of the ball. Nice slow speed, controlled into that corner. Now for the Vibora, I start with the racket slightly behind my head instead, and I come around the outside of that ball, and you'll notice a lot of spin on those balls. Now the biggest mistake that players do when they're learning this shot is it's not obvious enough which one they go for. They kind of go into this Bandeja position and then they have fast racket head speed and they lose control of the ball, or they go behind like this and they're going to hit a Vibora and then they change their mind and they end up blocking it. When you get a lob, be very clear which of those you want to hit and very clear with your intention. So if your intention is to get your court position back, play the Bandeja controlled in the corner. If you want to be aggressive and hit a ball with spin and put them under pressure in the corner, then hit your Vibora from further up in the court. We've had quite a few videos now that talk about the Bandeja and the Vibora, but if you want all of that information in one place, we've got an overheads course on thepadelschool.com. I'll put the link in the comments down below, and that's a great place to see the variety of smashes that you can hit and also to look in depth at the technique for each of those.